Anyway. Okay, let's do that again. Let's do that entire intro again. Hey, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Webcomics Hubcast, episode 7, something, capitalism, part 2. I think I've done this title before, so that's why it's got a 2 before it. Anyway, hi, guys. Today is a wonderful day because we're going back to a usual Hubcast. No Reader's Digest, no random distraction streams, no me rating desserts for 3 hours, or comics for 14, which, by the way, if you haven't seen the comic tier list video, go check out the Reader's Digest stuff. Start from like episode 2, because episode 1's a waste of your time. Anyway, so today I want to talk to you guys about a few things that I've kind of not spoken about over the weeks. I want to talk to you guys about Tunit, the Webtoon product, the Webtoon-related, Naver Webtoon-related product, Tunit. I want to talk to you guys about fictional skins, creator going on an indefinite hiatus and what that might mean. I don't know what it means for sure because I haven't actually spoken to them because, frankly, going on hiatus sucks and I would like them to have their rest and I don't want to I'm not going to make any crazy conjecture. So don't worry about me saying anything like out of pocket. I want to talk about the IDW layoffs. The number, 39%, not nice. That's not the funny number. 39% of the staff laid off. Interesting to see. I want us to have a little conversation about AI again because it has a lot to do with Webtoon and and Webtoon's future, considering that the Webtoon kind of Webtoon panel thing that usually used to happen in Korea that basically got shut down for like 8 years is back. And the people having the conversations there don't seem to be regular Joes like you and I. It's a lot of corpos. And finally, I was hoping we could talk a little bit about my product, Webtoon Studio, because I feel like we're at a point where we're about to get to alpha. I want to talk about it. And I want to talk to you about Naver Webtoon's PPS program and what that means. Because that's actually kind of interesting to talk about. There's a lot of news, only the finest news. Also, just to kind of head this off of the pass, yes, I saw the Assassin's Creed Webtoon. I don't like it. I don't like Assassin's Creed anyway. I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan. Let's just get that out of the way, okay? I got a DM about it from somebody. Get fucked. I just want to get it over with. Anyway, so let's start with my least favorite topic of the bunch. What about the League of Legends? Get the fuck out of my face. Anyway, let's start with my least favorite part of the entire thing, the IDW layoffs. IDW lays off 39% of its staff and delists, and delists its stock. If you didn't know, IDW stock was traded on the stock exchange. Oh no, genuine. Yeah, it's like really unfortunate actually. And it's really unfortunate. And I think sorry guys, I got a little bit distracted because I had to ban someone. I think one of my YouTube mods is here. Just like, if an account looks too new, ban them. You can check an account's age by going to their about section. Anyway, IDW lays off 39% of its staff. Basically, amid, they've been losing a lot of money, I should say. The IDW stuff is quite bad. I had no stock in IDW. I'm gonna be honest with you guys now. I usually tell you, I have stock in this company, I have stock in that company. I tell you that just so you know, so you can understand that where my information is coming from or how I feel or et cetera. But I have no stock in IDW. I bought no stock in IDW. I didn't even know IDW was trading. I'll be 100% honest with you. But turns out they had stock and they had to delist it from the New York Stock Exchange in America. And their CEO has been replaced with the son of the largest shareholder. The CEO was replaced with the son of the largest shareholder. And that's just so funny to me. It's not that strange, but it's very funny. But anyway, IDW has been losing a ton of money. Last year, No, no, actually, this year in quarter one, so that's like January-ish area. They announced they lost $2 million. Last year in October, IDW had $10 million in the bank. Done. Like, for context of what that is, Google at any one point has $90 million of liquid cash. Just to contextualize $10 million. Google has $90 million of liquid cash available at any one moment for its multiple offices. Not to mention all the money it has that is not liquid, but like can be liquidized, right? They had 10 million across everything. Everything they owned that they had money for, $10 million in solid assets, in liquid assets, $10 million. That's not a lot of money, especially when you are losing money like water pouring out of a socket, of a tap. They had about $5 million today. They have about $5.7 million today. And, you know, the staff cuts were expected. People knew they were coming, it seems. The delisting is coming. And all these things, the staff cuts, the delisting, and other changes, they expected to save about $4 million this year. This information comes to us from ICV2, post written by Milton Greep and Bridget Alverson of ICV2. Anyway, the board replaced the CEO, Alan Grafman, with the current executive chairman, with the current executive chairman's son. The current executive chairman's name is Davide Jonas, and his family holds the controlling interest of the company, and as such, sorry, no, not with the current executive chairman's son, with the current executive chairman, whose name is Davide Jonas, whose family, the Jonas family, owns the controlling interest in the company, and his father, Howard Jonas, is the chairman of IDW and the chairman of the board. So yeah, he's a real Nepo baby. The CFO, Brooks Feinstein has left, and she's not going to be replaced. So there is no CFO acting currently, and one of the current staff members have been promoted to the chief operating officer. So there's a lot of restructuring going on at the C level, let alone below, to actually deal with the problems that will come about from such a large layoff, because they still probably have things to like obligations to uphold. No, their last name is Jonas, so they don't have brothers. Unfortunately, it's not their first name. I mean, no, actually, good question. Were the Jonas brothers the Jonas brothers because their last name was Jonas? Yeah, it was. So yeah, maybe he's got a brother. maybe maybe Davide Jonas and Howard Jonas are distant cousins of the Jonas brothers. Yeah, like it's it's just like a lot of the layoffs included people like marketing, PR staff. About half of editorial was gone, including their editor-in-chief, Nashi Marsham. Nashi Marsham, I think is how I say her name. She got cut too. And like, just this is all reported by the Beep, and I'm getting the information off of IDW. A lot of faces, a lot of people, a lot of effect. This year has been really tough for the comic industry. I think basically since January, I've basically just had to mention layoff, mass layoffs, almost at every corner of comics, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. I think it's kind of an overreaction from these companies, because they're trying to, but also IDW specifically, I don't believe is an overreaction. They have just been bleeding money. So I don't really know. And the thing is, IDW is big. It's a big deal. I don't know if you guys know anything they've published, but if you look into the comics IDW has been in charge of, IDW's done, I think they've done Sonic. They did The Last Ronin. That's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic where like Michelangelo is the only one left, which was actually really good. They even did the Sonic Frontiers prologue comic. They published Rocketeer, The Rocketeer. Trying to think of something that you guys would definitely know. Like, I'm trying to think of something that you guys would like really, really, really know them for. I mean, just the Sonic the Hedgehog comics really is their big bread and butter. The IDW Sonic the Hedgehog comics are like their biggest thing. And also they did the My Little Pony comics. Yeah, I forgot about those. So like, IDW ain't no small fish in a big pond. They're a big fish in a huge pond. And I'm very surprised. That like every single TMNT comic, every single TMNT crossover, all the Sonic. So I'm very surprised to know that they're even bleeding money. They do G.I. Joe. They do a bunch of the Star Trek comics. They work like, they're hot shit. They did Lock and Key for fuck's sake. Like they're no small fries. They make money. So I don't know. I need to read. Unfortunately, they've delisted, so it'll be kind of hard to get their investor reports, but I'll try and get what I can so I can really understand it. And maybe I'll tweet about it or I'll post about it in the newsletter that I've been trying to kind of get going for Webcomics Hub, because I know that some people don't want to sit through a 3-hour show. So I've been taking some of the stories that we do and trying to write them up in on Substack and then like send them out. But you won't know. Don't worry. You'll see them when I'm done. When I'm like more done with them, you'll see them. But like, it's a little suspicious, It's a little suspicious to me that they're losing this much money. Did they lose Transformers? That's actually news. I didn't know they lost Transformers. That's news. Probably poor internal spending. Yeah, that's very likely too. It's odd. It's a very odd situation to be in, I think. Poor IDW. Poor people. They work so hard as well. Like, you know it. You can see it. Anyway. God. Okay. Hold on, wait. Oh, one of my assets just stopped working suddenly. Oh no. I'll fix it later. Can't be bothered. Did they lose G.I. Joe and Transformers? I thought they still had G.I. Joe. Okay, that's actually news to me. Wait. I didn't know that. They didn't know they lost G.I. Joe. Okay, that's interesting. I can see where they're bleeding money from now. It makes a lot more sense. So if you work at a publishing studio or at a game publisher or at a TV studio, you probably wanna, and you're looking for someone to hire. There's a whole bunch of IDW staff right now that are broke as fuck and available. I don't even mean that as a joke. It's just, there's a list. I think it's Bleeding Cool has like a list of everyone who was fired from different positions that they can find. And they're like they're basically putting up their CVs, their like resumes on their website. It's quite interesting. You can get Sean Lee, the art director, if you're looking for an art director. Jesus. Man, it's a weird year for comics. Anyway, now that we've had a little conversation about the doom and gloom of the industry, let's have a little conversation about the doom and gloom of the industry. Can we talk about AI? L after L, Jenny. That's just what we need. Jenny, like after a rough week, what comic creators need is depression. I bring it to you. Never say that I've never done anything for you guys. Okay? Never say that. Because if you do, I'll kill you. That was like a lot. I literally said that and went, okay, calm down. That's not you want to go. If you ever say that, I've never given you anything. I'll get you for it. Anyway. No, like, let's talk about the next L. Let's talk about AI, guys. It's kind of an interesting place to be because, like, okay, one, I saw recently the FTC article about AI. I don't know if that's real. I never actually bothered to look into it, if I'm honest with you. The FTC joint statement about AI. AI dog. Yeah, there was like a joint statement from like the FTC, the DOJ, the CFPB, the EEOC. These are all like, that's like the CFPB is, no, actually, which one is, it doesn't matter. What matters is this: a bunch of acronyms from America made a joint statement on what do you call it? I made a joint statement on AI, fairness and justice, equality, blah blah blah. So they seem like they're going to be going after AI art and AI generators that like use copyrighted content. But I haven't read that whole document, and I'm not going to read that whole document right now. What I wanted to talk about with AI was more about the conversations that are happening in the comic space about it and in geek culture. Specifically the one that's happening in Korea right now. So in Korea, an unusual thing has happened. And I say unusual in a good way, I guess. The Webtoon Production and Technology Forum in the digital era, the Webtoon Production Technology Forum in the digital era, talk was held. It's a forum that happens, that used to happen back in the day, but basically has been on hiatus for the last 8 years. But it was essentially like this Webtoon forum where big writers groups in Webtoon. And in Korea, when they say writers, they literally mean like artists and writers and everyone in one group. Big writers groups came to talk about the new emergence of IT and AI. So they had people like the Daejeon Cartoon Federation, the Korean Women's Cartoonists Association, the Busan Gyeongnam Cartoonists Association, the National Women's Nodo Digital Content Creation Workers Opportunity, and a whole bunch of other people. There was also a bunch of companies there. There were, I believe, the big companies sent reps out to this too. So that would be your DNC, your YLab. They send out people to come there as well. And like some of the things that said, there was like a debate about AI and its effect in the industry. And some of the things that were said they talked about the many complex things that haven't been resolved involving copyright and where the AI is getting its data sets from. They talked about how it can help reduce excessive workload, but also how it could take away Webtoon creators' jobs because companies might have an over-reliance on it. And one of the statements that was said by the representative who was co-hosting the debate was, and I quote, "I monitored the current status of AI images, which began to evolve rapidly from last year, and I felt phenomenal. However, when technology develops at such a rapid rate, there is a concern that if there is no policy supplementation, great confusion may occur to creators and the industry. In addition, in this forum, that's the end of the quote, my bad. I started reading the rest of the article. Anyway, that's the end of the quote. So there's like a general pervasive idea in the Webtoon space over in Korea that AI is this tool that we can get a lot of value out of as creators. But also at the same time, there's a lot of ethical issues that we need to solve. And there's a lot of things we need to do to ensure that it is useful, that it is a useful tool, not an unwitting or like a hidden replacement. I think one of the biggest problems around AI conversation in the art space has very much been as a result of tech bros. I think we can all kind of agree on that to some extent. I'm just going to put like a display up so you guys can see the thing I'm talking about. But anyway, has basically been around the tech bros. You know, the tech bros are controlling quite a lot of the conversation. And I don't know if that's okay or not. I've not really made a decision on that personally. But like, I think one of the problems of what's going on is that we've let these tech bros kind of determine everything for us. They're determining for us, like, you know, yeah, don't worry. They're letting these tech bros basically determine for us what conversation we're going to be having about the involvement of AI in our industry, right? We're letting them decide for us what the conversation is, because these fucking unwitting halfwits come in and they talk about replacing artists. They're like, I'm using AI to democratize art. But we don't need to democratize art. It's literally the most democratized thing in the world, right? It's multiple people making decisions together. Anyone can learn it. The tools are available. The resources are free. Like the only thing more democratized than art is programming. And like, so but I think we've let those weirdos who are making those really bad arguments cloud the possibility that there might be a useful application for creators in the long term. I still think a lot when it comes to this about the Clip Studio, like I think it was a line art tool that they wanted to introduce in Clip Studio 2, an AI line art tool that helped you like finish your line art. That we kind of shot down because anti-AI fervor was at a high. And I don't think people did that for stupid reasons. I think there was a very valid problem to have with that. But I think we should try to avoid taking away things that could make our lives easier to some extent. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are thinking on this, but I think AI as a tool is like something that we have kind of not wanted to explore, in large part because we just feel very offended by the AI tech bros. I don't know though. Maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm fully off. Tell me. Let me read some of the comments, guys. I'm going to be reading some comments now. I think let's see. I think it's a little over optimistic to believe they'll keep the same number of workers and lessen their workload, and not just fire the workers and keep the ones they retain overworked. Okay, all right, okay, fair enough, Inky. AI as a tool for artists as part of the process is good, but AI as the whole artist is bad. I agree with you. I agree with you on that one there. I agree with you. AI should be more of a tool for artists, but it was built off of stolen artists' work, thus earning a bad reputation. True, but I don't think all AI was built off of stolen work. I mean, like, fundamentally, right? Fundamentally, like, we use AI a lot. We use AI a lot, so I don't understand. Like, AI wasn't built off, all AI isn't built off of stolen work. You have a thing that like knows your location and then integrates some behaviors into your phone. I think we need to start looking at AI as the bigger picture when we have these conversations as well, because that way we don't get caught up. We don't want a certain kind of AI, but AI itself has always been a useful tool for us. Always has been. Basically, like, my feelings on it really stem from the attitude that dominates the convo, which is selfish and lazy. Like, those weirdos, the convo around AI, without those weirdos, the convo around AI would have been better for us. I agree. I agree, Jen. I think we all want ways to be more efficient without being replaceable, and that's an incredibly fine line. Yeah, you're actually totally right. I am on board. I'm on board with this. I think that's the problem. Like, we're in a state right now where we're in that point when they invent the printing press. Like, yeah, that's where we're at. We're like at the point where the printing press has been invented. And now all those people who are helping hand letter thousands of newspapers basically are getting out of a job. And like, the thing is, unlike back then when innovation was like leading to more new jobs being created, AI isn't going to make new jobs. Like, AI art tools aren't going to make new jobs. They're going to make existing jobs like a little bit easier. So like, it's like, it's and it's being pushed as this replacement tool by the worst people instead of being pushed as this supplementary tool by the best people. So yeah, I'm on board with that. A bunch of tech bros are pitching this to shareholders and companies and not actually artists. Well, yeah, because companies are stupid. Like, yo, you know what? You'll see what I mean in a second. It's not only tech bros bashing artists online, but also companies are using it instead of hiring real people. The thing is, I haven't seen a company use AI art instead of replacing real people that wouldn't have done that regardless. Like, Coca-Cola still paid, like, Pepsi still paid a man $3 million to tell him to rotate a fucking symbol. Like, I haven't seen anyone do like anyone do that yet. That is like a real company, not some shitty tech bros, awful startup, like a real company. The grit to make waifus with unnatural hair and 3 fingers. Gotta get on that grift, baby. I want a waifu. I have, you know what? I want a real waifu. I want an AI waifu. I should generate myself an AI waifu in a second. Minus that one time Celsius put image gen in Clip Studio Paint, they have a good idea of what AI artists actually want. Auto shading is an example. I agree. I think Celsius's image gen wasn't a bad move though. I just think it should have been trained appropriately. Like I think I say this with genuine honesty. I think Celsius image gen was a good thing, was a good tool that we shot down because we didn't tell them to implement it better. We told them to not implement it at all, which I think was a bad thing. I feel like it's more when mass color printing got cheap and companies started using photography more and illustration less. You think so? Okay, I kind of see where you're coming from. Wasn't there something that passed the AI? It was nothing needed to pass. AI art just can never, considering the way copyright in the way we understand it works, it requires human intervention. And as such, once a human did not make it, it can never be copyrighted. AI work is uncopyrightable. So basically, it's a non-starter for any company. Any serious company with serious stakes, with shit to do, that would actually pay an artist, it's a non-starter to have AI art involved in their work now. So no one is even if people were considering, no one's doing it. That's just, the AI can only be used as a tool to generate ideas for new things. No, I know what you meant, Gleamy. I was just thinking about that, and then I moved on to a new topic. But no, I think, you know what, Gleamy, I think you're right. I think it's a lot more like when color printing got cheap than it is like the printing press getting invented. You're right. Because like it's this like ability to do things that we normally couldn't do more versatilely. And instead of us using it to make, instead of us using it to access illustrations at a higher quality and a higher level, we instead default to what we think is the easiest way to attain like a certain level of quality, which isn't fair and also doesn't really work long term. So yeah. The problem though a lot of people overlook is that a lot of the starter jobs, commissions, and entry level stuff, a lot of those are not lost to free or cheaper AI. Although or are now lost. Okay, cool. I wanted to understand that. Sorry, I had like a moment where my brain just went, yeah, okay, yeah, I see you. Are now lost to free or cheaper AI. Okay. I agree, but I don't know. Like, I no longer need a sketch artist is the best I can put it. I no longer need a sketch artist, but like, I still need an artist. I still need an artist to complete a piece of work. And for like the average person that needs a proper commissioning it is I don't know. Like, let me put it to you like this. I want to commission an art piece of my favorite person in the whole world. I actually do. I'm planning to do that. I'm saving up so I can have like a grant so I can actually drop it on this art piece, right? I could go to AI and get a sketch of them and like, use it and like, to like proposition an artist to actually get a final thing. But like, if I wanted this art piece to have meaning to this person I care about, I would still go to an artist and like get that done. But I don't know. The person thought they didn't need me anymore, and that was like $150 I lost out on. However, how many others will have lost opportunities? Okay, no, fair enough. But also, I lay this at your feet, Kat, and also everyone. What are we losing to AI now that we didn't lose to, what'd you call it? Oh, did you guys just get triple ads? Just come to YouTube. Twitch people, just come. Fuck Twitch. I'm so done with that platform. Just come to YouTube. Anyway. No, but like, I guess the question I'm going to ask is like, how many people are we losing to AI art that we're not losing already to like those like profile picture generators that have been around since like 2007? Like Lensa is just an advanced profile picture generator. I've never used Lensa, but like my friend Chris has used Lensa, and I look at the image Chris made with Lensa, and like I look at the image Chris made with Lensa, and I just think, whatever, because like we had image generators like that all throughout the 2010s plus. So I don't know. We've had image generators like that all throughout the 2010s plus. So how many people are we actually losing to AI that we weren't going to lose to those like profile picture generators from 2010ish? Like genuine question. I'm surprised people take ChatGPT anything seriously. Honestly, like Tyler, that's my producer Tyler, by the way. Honestly, Tyler, I don't. I really don't. Like, I said this in my yesterday's stream, but I'm currently writing a space adventure story called Zor, right? And like, when I needed names for my main character that were inspired by my culture, because his name is now Namdi, but when I needed names for my main character, I went to AI for that because I wanted to make like 2,000 names and then pick one. Like I didn't want to have to go to babynames.com. I wanted 2,000 names from a culture that would be hard to get names for. And I went online, went to the thing, it gave me 2,000 names, I moved on. Like that's not, that's what I use ChatGPT for, if anything. I've used it to do some programming work, and that's kind of, and I've used Bard. And like, that's kind of it, right, for me. And like, I don't understand using it for anything else. So I do the baby names thing. Like, it's my baby. It's my story. That's my baby. The other character's name is Humphrey, by the way. Yeah, Gleamy, I am. Let me see. There was a long comment from Inky. I gotta read it. Otherwise, Inky will murder me in my sleep. I think, honestly, one of the biggest issues is that AI art will flood a lot of platforms with low-effort shit. Imagine Webtoon's discoverability, but for every one artist-made comic, there's 20 AI comics. There's already issues on subreddits like traditional publishing houses with image flooding and ChatGPT novels. You know what? You're right. I think I was doing a class. I was teaching my class about network security, and we're talking about cybersecurity and stuff. And I told them, guys, technology is like this thing that is like a equal parts bad and good. All this AI stuff is just leading to new ways to access information at an incredibly fast, natural rate. But also, it's leading to new vectors of harassment and new vectors of time wasting in almost every creative field. And like, yeah, you're right. Jenny goes with let's see what Jenny's saying. Let's face it, a lot of those who primarily use AI as a way to actively create, draw, and whatever, weren't really drawing or writing in the first place. I wouldn't 100% say these people who think it's a quick way to learn how to draw and write. These are people who think it's a quick way to learn how to draw or write, but a lot of those who argue for it have that mentality. That makes sense. No, that makes sense, Jenny. That makes sense. Like it's on my mind. Yeah, you're right. That makes a ton of sense. Like these people weren't gonna learn anyway. I just used it the other day and it was absolute. Oh, Tyler, you used ChatGPT for your video, your wonderful video where you wrote fan fiction with ChatGPT, which everyone can go watch at youtube.com/RosieBirdTV. Yeah, I saw that video. It was a good video, definitely. And yeah, it just spat absolute nonsense out. It was fun, but like it can make legitimately valuable things, but only with human intervention. Only with human intervention. Inky, don't worry. Long comments are welcome in this chat. I love the conversation. I was gonna check out ChatGPT, but it kept saying my email was incompatible. I don't know what the fuck that means, but okay. Yeah, it just takes Gmail. Hey, Waggle Muffin, what's up? Okay, guys, I'm gonna say this, right? I think there's a real future where we have a lot more AI-assisted tools in art that are very valuable. And I think a lot of us are game for that stuff, right? I think a lot of us are game. I would love Scrivener to have an AI tool that recommends me the next word, and then can actually give me like a good wide list of words that are very contextual to my situation. You know, I would love that in like my sentences. But like fundamentally, yeah, you're right. Like no real creative person is using it to complete an entire thing. I wanted to use it to write a script the other day. It sucked ass. So, you know, it's what it is. It's what it is. Anyway, there's a lot of us thinking about AI. I just wanted us to talk about that. But hey, since we're talking about companies doing fucking stupid shit and wasting our time, we're talking about the folly of technology and technology coming to bite us in the ass. Can we have a little conversation, kids? Gather around the fire. Come here, come close to the screen. Look up at me. Look at me right now in this very moment. I want to show you something. I want to show you one of the greatest technological masterpieces of the modern age. I want you to bear witness to a product that was funded by the Webtoon parent Naver Corp. All right? Made to allow for the creation of webcomics at a greater rate than ever before. It's basically Canva meets Figma meets 3D. I want you all to bear witness to Tunit. Bear witness to the greatest innovation in webcomics technology. Tunit.com. Check it out. Look at it. Kids, check them out. Oh yeah, there's a webtoon. Yeah, let's go. Wait, it's all black. Oh, wait. Where's the actual scene? Oh, there's no scene. It doesn't work. Okay. Cool. Maybe this is the one that works. I love everyone's actual rage. This is funded by Webtoon parent company Naver Corp. This is Tunit, the Webtoon tool. Okay, so can I give you guys a little bit of a lowdown? Come on, sit with me. Sit with your Uncle Nan. Sit with your pa. All right, let me tell you a real story, kids. Okay, hear me out. So, a while ago, I found out about this company through the website ICV2 called Tunit. Tunit is currently co-founded by a guy called Andrew Kim. Remember that name? Created this tool for creating 3D assets for webcomic creation. Now, you might say to yourself, you might say to me, your Uncle Nan, Uncle Nan, why would we ever need a new 3D tool for webcomic creation? We've got Blender, and we've got SketchUp, and we've got The Sims, and we've got Minecraft. Why would we ever need a new 3D tool? Well, I'll tell you what it's for, kids. I'll tell you what it's for. You see, and we've got Acon 3D. I'll tell you what it's for, kids. This is a venture-owned company. This is a venture company funded by Webtoon Naver, by Naver Corporation, and another company called Spring Camp. And the idea of this company was essentially to create a tool to speed up the production of branded webtoons. That's it. That's all it's for. That's all it does. And I want you to see what it makes, because I don't want to see this alone. I want you to see what it makes. Tunit's entire deal is that they facilitate the speedy production of branded webtoons. And you might be like, what the fuck do you mean by branded webtoons, Uncle Nan? Are you off your meds again? 1, yes, I am off my meds. 2, branded webtoons are basically webtoons for advertising. So a lot of companies in Korea, in other countries, what they do is they make webtoons, and like the ad is the webtoon, right? Like the entire webtoon is the ad. So Tunit exists to speed up webtoon production and allow for better and quicker advertising webtoons to be made. Look at that crying child. Ain't he sad? The future has never been more bleak. I love it. Every time I look at this kid, every time I see his face, it's going, ah! True horror. Look at his feet. Look at his J's. Okay, kids, I gotta just say 1 second. Look at his shoes, bro. What are those? That's such a 2014 meme. What are those? Look at his J's, man. Now, you might tell me, Unky Nen, what's good about this platform? And I tell you, don't call me fucking Unky Nen ever again or I'll break your legs. But also, what's good about this platform, son, is that nothing's good about this platform. The entire idea was to speed up the creation of, speed up the creation of webtoons for branded webtoons. But I've used the tools. The 3D assets offered by the product are shit. Like, I'm just gonna level with you. They're really bad. Like, they don't, like, this is not a product of me being like a bit of a fucking pedant and being like over the top. They are bad. They are absolutely bad tools. I have used all of them, but I know it might be hard to believe me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the 3D tools. I'm gonna show them to you now. Tunit operates in 97 countries, they claim, but I've looked at their as much data as I could find about the usage data, and a lot of the people using it are from like Eastern Europe, and it seems to be mostly just like for shits and gigs. No one seems to be taking it seriously apart from Naver Webtoon. You might ask me, how much money did they raise? How much money did they raise on Keenan? I didn't actually check that because I thought it was such a stupid company that I wouldn't even bother. But for you, I will look it up right now. I'm pretty sure I could find out at least how much money they raised. They raised in their pre-seed, not in their seed funding. Oh, is it like, have they banned me from getting that information? Have they blocked that information? One second. No, they haven't. Let's see. I'm trying to find how much money they raised. Ooh. It seems that they've not publicly said how much money they raised. They don't want to tell anyone. Nothing on the books. Nothing publicly available from me right now. No idea how much money they raised. It could easily be $10 million though. It could easily be $10 million. That would be way too much money for this product. But yeah. Now, let me show you the 3D tools like I promised I would. So to do this, I actually have to go to the watch party room. Give us a second. Hey guys, welcome to the interactive part of today's stream where I show you how to use something because I am the greatest I'm the greatest, tutorial channel ever, all right? Call me Webcomics Tutorial Tips. Or am I pretending like I'm Linus Tech Tips? Anyway, so this is the Tunit back end. What you do when you come to this page is you actually watch the YouTube guide. But we're not gonna do that because we're professionals. We click create new. Yes, you need to subscribe. I forgot about that. You need to subscribe to even be able to make anything. Okay? You need to subscribe to make a comic. They used to be free. They used to like let you at least try making a few things for free, but they won't. You need to subscribe. And you need to buy these coins. And you might be like, why do you need to buy these coins? Well, the reason you need to buy these coins is because all the 3D assets in the 3D editor, all of them cost money. Oh, here's a project I was working on. Here it is. Let's look into it and we can see what I was doing. Oh, I don't think I made anything in this, actually. I think I was just testing stuff out. But let's see if I can actually go to... Oh, my subscription's expired. You get 1 month free and then you get 1,000 tunes giveaway and then that's it. But you need to buy like all the 3D assets. Let me see if I can make a new account. Give me a second. I'm gonna quickly make a new account. And then we will be off to the races, kids. I'll use my Fred Jones email. I have an email named after the guy from Scooby-Doo. Here, perfect. So once you open the page, you actually met with these 3 different things. You might be like, Nan, what the fuck? Well, easy. Tunit construction is for making the webtoon, the final webtoon. Tunit Matrix is for building your environments. And then Tunit Architect is where you upload your own 3D assets. So you can make your own 3D assets, upload them to their service, and then go to the environment thing, build the environment out, and then come here and then take strategic screenshots to make the comic. It sounds very streamlined. It is not. So this is where you would actually make the comic and you'd put all the comic information. We'll go to the matrix. I want you to just see the 3D tools that you're going to be using. So have you noticed something, by the way? You see all these locked symbols? See there's a few here, right? All these environments are free, but all the locked ones cost money. You might be like, that doesn't sound too good. Well, here's the best part. After the scene section, almost every other asset that you look at costs money. Almost everything that you might want. All the cars, I remember correctly, cost money. Yeah, all of them cost money apart from the boat. Here's our 3D tools, kids. It's like being an Akon already. Let's put a little 3D tool. Let's put a little house. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Beautiful. Kids, welcome to Casa. So that's it, putting a tool, putting an asset that exists and etc. in there for us. This is what it looks like. You see this here? These are your layers. These are your layer tools. The lighting is very complicated, and I wanted to be clear. I know how to navigate this, but it sucks. Oh, where boat? Boat here. Boat here. Boat glitch in the house. Clicking the boat to move the boat is actually really hard. You need to like do this. So you would build an environment and then you would go into the screenshot bit and do it. It's SketchUp but worse, because the thing is, like, like you can build your own tools and assets and stuff, but like you don't understand. Navigating is so hard. Like using this application is so hard. And also for people who have like shit computers, this doesn't work. This is a browser only tool, which means that everything is rendering on their server, and your browser actually has to do quite a lot of work to visualize what's rendering. So like when assets get big, they get impossible to see. Like you just cannot see them anymore. And again, the layer tools suck. The lighting tool is really bad. Like just everything about this is awful. They're in beta. It's still terrible. SketchUp is better. Yes. Let's try some terrain. I really love, you know what? I'd really love a planet. Oh, all the planets cost money. Well, fuck it. We'll get a moon. Get a moon. Oh, yeah, boys. Look at us. We in the moon. Green, green grass. Blue, blue sky. Hey, Eddie, what's up? It looks like a PS1 render. Reminds me of medieval graphics. Hey, don't say that to medieval. I got a remaster, Eddie. Give it some breaks. Give it a break, at least. If you pay for the asset, just use it and trace over it. Yeah, exactly. So I don't understand what we're doing. So you might be like, hey, Nen, how much do these assets cost? This is like the most interactive an episode has ever been. So that's 20 of the fake currency. Let's see. Let's get some fake currency. 20 tunes. How much is 20 tunes? I don't actually know because it's not actually easy to tell. But I think if I go here, $25 gets you about 5,000 tunes. Not to mention you still have to buy the subscription, okay? So you subscribe every month for $15 and then you buy tunes. So about $5 is about 1,000 tunes. So 25 tunes is like, you know, like a few cents, like 25 cents or whatever, like not a lot of money. The problem is you're paying a subscription, you're buying assets, or you're uploading your own. You need to buy more, you need to pay more the more assets you upload. So it actually is beneficial to buy more assets. The products are horrific nightmare creatures. One of the things that they really market themselves on is this comic, The Last Leaf. It's one of their big marketing pushes that they push forward to be like, hey, look, guys, look at the potential. My boy is reading Naruto. That's where the image behind me in the thing comes from. You see this image? You see this? That's where it's from. It's from a Tunit comic. Y'all didn't see that coming. Y'all did not see that coming. We moved in tonight. This man SketchUp was free. It's wild. They didn't ask to do a job. Look at his dirty face while he reads that episode of Shippuden. Look at him. Disgusting. Disgusting little man. Oh, my favorite one I want to show you before we have to leave. I think it is Anemone. I don't remember. There's a magic one. Whatever, we'll read. There's like an action one. I think it's Anemone, but it might not be Anemone. I don't remember which one it was. Was it Heavenly Mission Impossible? It might have been Heavenly Mission. Oh yeah, it is. It is Heavenly Mission Impossible. We'll look at one more comic and then we'll move on for the day. Oh yeah, let's check it out, guys. Oh my God, that's gonna haunt me for months. That's gonna freaking haunt me for months. Okay, let's see. A boy is jumping away from the explosion. Look at her. And there's a giant eye behind them. Guys, I don't even know what any of the words are saying, but this causes me great pain. Jesus Christ. My brain. Anyway, that's our... I bet you're wondering. Yeah, like it just plays the song, like the like, I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation song. How does it sound again? It's like, I don't want to play it because I'll get copyright claimed, actually. I need to get like a somebody to make like a version of that song for me so I could use it as an asset later. So yeah, as I tried to say, not very good tools. So that's Tunit. I just wanted to show you that. I thought, you know, in a world where we've spent a lot of time being stressed and exhausted, I wanted you to know that in the face of everything, AI, all that shit, these companies can't even fucking put together a competent comic. With all the money in the world, we're gonna be fine. I promise you, we are going to be fine. It's gonna be a wild ride, but we're gonna be fine. And even if we're not fine, I'm gonna be here, or probably in Ken Kim, CEO of Webtoon's office, yelling at him, asking him why in fuck's name he's ruining this industry. So don't worry about us. We're gonna do our best. If you want to help me get into Ken Kim, CEO of Webtoon's office, yelling at him, asking what the fuck he's doing to our industry, please remember to give me money on patreon.com/webcomics hub so I can keep fighting the good fight. I hate saying that because like I think there is no good fight, but whatever. I'm doing my worst. I'm on my worst behavior. I'm on my absolute worst behavior, kids. Isn't that just like chic? Anyway. Okay. That's enough for the fun time. Let's move on to the more important news of the day. Speaking of corporate mismanagement and absolute bullshit, can we talk about what happened to Fictional Skin? I don't know how much you guys know about it. I really want to make sure I'm not making this about them because, like, to be really clear, I think, okay, I'm making this about them because to be really clear, I think that I really like Chris Nguyen. Like, Chris Nguyen is the creator of Fictional Skin, also the creator of Cape of Spirits. When Cape of Spirits came out, I wasn't really that interested in it, but I was really proud of the fact that there was a really competent action artist out there. And Cape of Spirits shaped up to be something I still don't like, but something good. It's just not for me, but it's good, right? And if you haven't seen Chris's tweet, I'm just going to kind of summarize it. And I want to talk about a wider situation at hand, because I think it's a thing that's affecting a lot more creators. But here's the tweet. Don't go check their tweet. I'm telling you the tweet. Eddie, what the fuck am I? Chopped liver? Jesus Christ. Anyway, Chris said, Fictional Skin is really personal to me. If I can continue drawing it with the same passion I drew it for free on canvas, then I would call it a success. But somehow now they feel like they failed, right? They feel like they've been unable to achieve that goal a year on from when they first said that. It's been a rough few months for them. Severe disappointment by the lack of support from the platform. Realization that there is no growth for them as they stay on if they stay on Webtoon, and they're going to finish season 1, but once it's over, they need to figure out a future for. They're going to make a post about the future of fictional skin and their plans for it. They still have a lot of love for it, but we're currently on an indefinite hiatus until season 2. But it will be finished. That's what they promise. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm like trying to jump on their thing. That sucks. Like, you should never feel like the work you're creating is secondary. You should never feel maligned by the people that you work with. You should never feel like making the thing that you make isn't worth doing because it's no longer fun and enjoyable. And I understand that on a really fundamental level. Like, do you guys know why I haven't made a stream in ages? It's because it's not fun. I'm sad when I make these streams. I'm stressed. Sitting down and talking with you people about the end of the world is fun and all. And trust me, we're having fun here. But like, I promise you that it is not easy on the mind. Reading thousands of pages of documents just to find out that a company, to see things like Webtoon's over-under is like $500,000, $500 million a year. And then they only pay out to creators like 20 mil. Like, that shit fucks with you. You know, it gets into your head because it starts making you think that like either this industry is doomed or the people running this industry are ghouls. There is no good endpoint either way, by the way. And like, I'm just trying to make it clear, like, the stress of an industry that doesn't care about you, doesn't care about the people you care about, doesn't care about the work that you make can be very exhausting. And I totally understand how Chris ended up where they did. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's like, I feel like Webtoon has kind of run its course. And I say this very clearly. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to be like a doom and gloom person. I just feel like Webtoon, as it currently exists, in its current iteration in the English-speaking market, is not good. It's not a good platform anymore. And I think a part of that is because their competition, Tapas, shot themselves in the foot so long ago that they've not had to compete. The company itself, Naver from Korea, was never like a competitive company anyway, and has always been a kind of a slacky, lazy corp, and like it's extending to their North American division. And also, there has been no real competition. One of the real reasons I tell you guys to upload everywhere is because when your content is on multiple platforms, it forces platforms to start wondering if you're going to leave. As it stands right now, there has been literally one platform that I care about, and you all know what it is, and I'm not going to say the name, but one platform that I care about that I am hoping will be successful and meaningful in the industry going forward. But I say this because right now as it is, the space that we're in sucked so much ass. Like, so much ass. If I could give Chris a contract right now for 40 grand for the story that they're working on, I fucking would. It is Tunit. Yeah, Tunit. I've been capping for Tunit my whole life. I'm a Tunit professional. I love Tunit. But yeah, it's really disheartening. It's struggling. It's stressful. And I think that I personally, as a creative, as a comic person, I think that the long term of the webcomic industry has a lot of money that it can make and can definitely survive and can definitely pay creators more. It'll take more work to do that, but I 100% believe in that. Let's see. I'm going to tell everyone on Twitch, guys, should I just stop streaming on Twitch? Like, is that what I have to do to like not have ads when people are watching me? Like, such intrusive ads that break up the show? Jesus Christ. Anyway. Eddie Munson on Twitch said, I'm going to stretch and say USA Webtoon wants to get rid of all Western authors eventually, even Canvas. I disagree, Eddie. I disagree, and I will tell you why in the next story that I'm going to bring up. But I really disagree with you on that one, Ed. because I don't think USA Web2 wants to get rid of English authors. They need English authors. They know they need English authors. It will just be a forever reality that English authors are important to the platform that we work on. And it will be a forever reality that, you know, the English ecosystem is a necessity for Webtoon, forever will be. But I don't think that Webtoon in its current iteration is operating with the best interests of creatives at heart. I think it's operating very much with a very strong desire for. It's operating with very lacking resources, but with a very strong desire to make a ton of money. Like, that's the thing. It basically, Webtoon wants to load 50 caliber bullets into a 22 caliber gun and kill people. That's like their thing. Like, they want to be a soldier that can load 50 caliber bullets into a 22 caliber gun and still make shots. Like that's what they want to do. And that's not how real life works. And I know companies don't care about creators, but like, the reality of life is companies will never care about creators. Unless their goals are aligned, they have no reason to care about creators. And that's a very reasonable thing. But like, there's not caring, and then there's operating with like, what just happened on Twitch? What's going on over there? Did you just buy subs? Wacko, did you buy like a bunch of subs? You gave 10 community subs. I guess you could go back and watch with no ads, guys. On fucking Twitch. Thanks for the gifted. Thanks for 10 gifted. What? Webtoon is centering. No ads. Thanks for 10 gifted, Waggle. Holy shit. I haven't seen you in like a million years. You show up, gift subs. Anyway, let me focus. Oh, Joker got nothing. Poor kid. Where was I? No, like, I think we're in a situation. So stupid. Thanks for the 10 gifted, bud. I really appreciate it. I should... I think where we're at right now with Webtoon is that like they have diverged their interests very strongly away from the average creator. And it's really showing in the actions they take on the platform. Like, it's really, really showing, right? Like they're focused on becoming. They're focused on becoming. They're not focused on comic. They're focused on becoming like a megalith. They want to become the biggest corp. Like, that's all is in their brain. And like, the next story I'm gonna bring up really will make this make sense. Okay, let me just get to it. So, gang, y'all know that I always got that Korean news. Automod won't let me talk, like I'm being checked. Oh, what did you do? Let me see Twitch before. Let me see. Automod didn't flag anything for me or from you? I need to like actually do my job of new chatter introduction, chat appearance. Shield mode's off, everything's off. I don't even really run Automod. Thanks a lot, Waggle. Really appreciate it. Anyway, let me hit the next story. So, guys, actually, before I hit the next story, let me read some comments. Companies will never care, but they can at least attempt to make a business relationship more fair to get people to want to stay. They can't leech off of comics that aren't there. Yeah, you're right, Paige, but they know, when you know you're the only game in town, you shoot people in the foot and you shoot people in the foot and ask them to climb a building. Like, that's what you do. Sorry, that's ask them to climb stairs. Like, when you're the only game in town, when you know you're the only place in the world that matters, you're willing to shoot someone in the foot and then ask them to climb stairs. Like, the insanity of the corpo mindset is sociopathic. You cannot think of these people as people. Oh, you might have been flagged for spam. Well, I didn't see a flag, so you're good on my end, but you're good on my end. So like let's dethrone Webtoon. Yeah. So like let's talk about Webtoon's long-term goal. So guys, you all know I've been creating this product with my buds, Ryan and Joseph, who I will shout out forever. I've been creating this product called Webtoon Studio, which is a Webtoon statistics and application, right? Did you know that Webtoon already has one? It's called Creators in Korea, run by Naver. It's called Naver Creators. And Webtoon's stat page there is because Naver, Webtoon Korea, has been trying to make the first billion won Webtoon or billion view Webtoon. I'm not sure which one. The details are always muddy when I get it. But they either want a Webtoon that can make 1 billion won or a Webtoon with 1 billion views. Doesn't really matter which way. What they want is a Webtoon that is a commercial giant, that is an unstoppable force, that is like immeasurably huge. And like a big part of that role for them, a big part of that move for them has been investing heavily into the Korean Webtoon space, because they want to make Korean Webtoons make tons and tons and tons more money. Because Webtoon is highly aware of the necessity of creators, even their American creators, with even Naver Korea talking occasionally, from the things that I've heard about IP like Lore Olympus. Like they've mentioned them by name. I don't know in what context, but I know it's been mentioned in conversations. So this is not a thing where they're ignoring the American output. But the thing is, you need to remember that Naver Korea is part of Korea's social export, social IP and artistic export. That's part of the big Korean like media takeover that the government's been doing for years. And like a big part of that is that, yeah, Lore Olympus is a big deal, but we got to get a Korean Webtoon at the top, like a big part of that. And all in service of everything I just told you, in comes Naver Webtoons PPS program. The PPS program, also known as the Partner Profit Share Program. This, I don't know who this guy is. I don't remember. I think that might be the CEO of Naver. I'm not sure. But Naver Webtoons PPS program is a big deal, because the PPS program is in combination with their creators program, which I can't seem to find an image of. I always have one, but nothing on me right now. But anyway, in combination with their creators program, which is basically, the creators program is Naver's back-end dashboard system that they created in Korea. There's a picture of it that they created in Korea. This is a back-end dashboard that Korea has had for literally about a year now, if not more, in beta. But it's got like comment moderation. It's got like full statistics, full fat statistics on like a bunch of stuff. When we were making our product, we really researched into Korean Webtoon, and we saw that when we were making Webtoon Studio. And a big part of that whole push was giving challenge creators IP rights. Challenge creators methods to find out how well their IP is doing, so that they can use that data to sell their IP. And that data is really valuable, because being able to sell your IP can allow challenge creators to find new ways to sell IP that Webtoon may not have thought of, that they can market on. And combining that with their PPS program, the PPS program's whole deal is essentially for Naver Webtoon to essentially that help one diversify the product of any original IP, any like featured originals IP, so that they can like turn it into games, media, blah blah blah, but also have a way for creators to be able to like quantify what that money they've earned as part of the partners profit share program is. So they want to basically double the amount of comics in existence to about 2,000, I believe, that would have earned over $100,000. That is the goal right now of the PPS program, because there's right now about 1,000. They want basically by 2028, 2,000 or more comics have earned 100 million won or more, which is about $100,000 $100,000 or more. It's a big deal for them. The move they have, but like, I want you guys to like listen to the language that they use to speak about it. The CEO, that was the guy who was CEO Kim Jong-un. He said, I think that's Ken Kim. Yeah, I think it's Ken, because that's his English name. He said, Kim Jong-un said, in the past, the focus was on sharing. No. Unlike 10 years ago, the content market of Webtoons has now expanded to various markets such as games, videos, books, goods, and goods beyond web pages. In the past, the focus was on sharing the revenue generated from pages within the Webtoon and web novel platforms. But in the future, sales generated through various businesses based on the original IP will also increase. And that will serve as a strong supporter to meet greater business opportunities. And we have decided to change the brand name, to a brand name that will reflect that more, that will more reflect that. Essentially, Webtoon's big thing is to become a conglomerate. They want to be huge. They don't care about fucking anything else. Why did they lie in the 2014 to 2018 period about how Webtoon was a way to make a stable income? Because it's about being huge. Why is it that they expand into every industry, even though in other regions they might not even be needed, having to essentially do drastic rebrands or run Webtoon Germany, a failed product? Because they need to become a conglomerate. They need to be global. They need to be gigantic. They need to be everywhere. In their mental, that's the product. That's what they're selling. That's how they raise the stock price. That's how they become this big media monstrosity. Why bring out multiple animes that suck even by their standards? Why make the Let's Play anime? Why? Conglomerate, big money. Naver Webtoon sells data to make money. Like, just so you know, they sell data to make money. That's their whole deal. We are not their product. We are not. We are content. We are not important to them. We are IP farms for them. They come there like, oh, that's a nice IP. I'm gonna make it an original, so I can make like 600 products from it, and then exploit the product to make myself a bunch of money. That's their whole deal, right? Yeah, you're right. They would have to do a lot better, but a substantial number of creators are complacent and fine with it. I've spoken to creators that will just be like, Webtoon was nothing but great to me, and I'm like, yeah, that's fair, but like, were they great to all of you, the people that you worked around, other creators? No, because I got my bag and I left. And I'm not here to judge those people, because fundamentally, art is an industry where there's not a lot of money. Frankly, getting any amount of bag is valuable. And most people just want a bag. They barely have anything. So, like, it's not strange that they got their bag and left is like a thing that they're willing to do. And as such, like, in this industry, with that kind of mentality and that kind of pervasive environment, it's not odd that Webtoons managed to grow as big as they do, as they've done, despite being so fucking callous. They know that monetary support will be valuable, but they also know that they're currently playing the game of how much can they starve you before you leave. So, like, if you're looking to sell your IP, if you're looking to push your stuff somewhere, if you're looking for new ways to exploit your webcomic, get your own website. Start collectives with other people. Get yourself basically to a point where you don't need to be on Webtoon. Like, there are 1,000,001 routes, and I promise you, for the next year, I will dedicate all of my time that I can to finding ways for us to not do this anymore. Right now, I'm talking to a person who I really respect. His name is Daniel. I need to actually DM him. You reminded me. But I really respect Daniel. He watches this podcast, so he might hear me say this. But Daniel's working on a product to basically make it so that, like, everyone can have their Webtoons on their own websites, tap into one, like, and then create like a feed that people can basically just read off of their phone. So you don't have to make a phone app. You just have to run your website, operate together to make sure that the website goes down one pipeline, and then that feed can be picked up by one mobile app. He manages the mobile app. He manages the protocol. All you have to do is plug in, hook up, and you can even operate things like FastPass and etc. through it. So there are alternatives for us as we go forward, and I just want more of us to be more willing to explore it, even if it's a little bit more difficult than just uploading onto Webtoon. Now I'm gonna read some comments. They make it so obvious for content farms. Yeah, Paige, they suck. They'll have to do a lot better job with their creators, or else they won't have it. They think Tunit is the answer to getting that global reach. If they're saying this, they had some sort of monetary support elsewhere, because I've heard nothing but the opposite. I don't know. Maybe it's just the Americans. No, Naver American Webtoon is now wholly owned by Naver Webtoon, so they have the same money pool. It's what it is. Creators who think Webtoon was great to them probably could have done even better in a better company. Probably, but we don't know that. We can't prove that. We shouldn't deride them for that. When creators succumb to companies and are happy when they get crumbs, it makes me so sad, but I can't blame them. I can't blame them either. Getting a bag is better than starving. Worst part is that Webtoon was indeed a great deal back in 2017 to 2020. There was overwork, fan harassment, but there was compensation. To some extent, yeah. Hello, I just got a Webtoon ad before getting the video. Yo, Paris, what was the ad? Webtoon's been putting whole videos of other creators as ads on my videos. It's so confusing. The creators with Patreons, with NSFW extras to make money really got the right idea. Just wish there was a good equivalent for non-sexy comics. Yeah, but like, I also wish the creators didn't feel like they had to do extra work on top of their already existing work just to make a living, despite the fact that Webtoon gets to make a living off of them. That's fucking weird. It's not like Webtoon's paying them 50K, 50 grand. Like, Webtoon is just saying, here's 50 grand, make me a story and leave me alone. Webtoon isn't doing that. Webtoon's saying, you gotta hit this chapter goal, this, that. You gotta basically spend more than, basically 40 hours a week, every week, for this to even be viable work. That's what Webtoon's doing to these people. This is a full-time job, and they're paying them like less than minimum wage for the hours that they have to do to hit the goals that Webtoon knows that they're hitting. It's fucking weird. They recently used one of my whole videos as an ad. It is true. Yeah, Webtoon's a fucking weird company. Murder mystery comic. All right, cool. I mean, at least they're finally advertising on my thing. They're paying me finally. Maybe it's because I started putting hashtag Webtoon influencer in my thing. By the way, I'm a Webtoon influencer. Did you guys know that? I'm in the Webtoon influencer program. I might actually become a Webtoon ambassador sometime, just for the funny, just for the haha. I want a hoodie. Wait, they're not even giving those out anymore. Shit. Not even worth it then. How do they get away with underpaying? By being the only game in town. Tapas pays fine. A lot of the creators I know who work with Tapas, like Jeddah, say that, you know, it's an all right deal. And like, I get it. Tapas pays fine. Tapas pays fine because they don't ask for a lot from their creators. They treat them pretty well, as far as I've heard. At least in the current system, the current age, yeah. So Tapas pays fine, but Tapas doesn't have any hold on the youth. Any platform worth its salt that wants to make money in the current environment is going to need a strong grip on the neck of young people and a strong vice grip on the wallets of anyone over the age of 18. Like, you're gonna need that. If my avatar, I don't even own the hoodie and hat my avatar has anymore. I tried to buy both of them recently, can't find them. I went online, tried to buy them, can't find them for shit. I want a hoodie. I want a Webtoon hoodie. Oh, if any of you go to a convention with Webtoon US, they sometimes have these Webtoon plastic fiberglass heads that they wear to those conventions. If you can steal one for me, I will pay all of the shipping to get it to me. But I need one of those fiberglass heads. I need one of those Webtoon like plastic heads. I need it. I'm gonna mount it on my wall like game. Sure, Tyler, why not? It's just it's a weird industry that we're in. Weird industry. Because essentially, for Webtoon Korea to even get the amazing stats page they got, Naver Webtoon had to create a program called Webtoon With, which was like this program to essentially like make the ecosystem healthier by providing policies, services, and tools and tech to essentially facilitate the creation of webcomics, webtoons without creators essentially having to create in the dark, right? And the creator system I showed you, the stats page that Creator has and the like comment deletion tool that they have, that's all from that. But like, I don't care if they know. I don't care what they know. But anyway, but it's weird that like, you know, but at least they got something in the end. But it's weird that here in America, we barely have anything. I know some featured creators are seeing like a test version of a backend that Webtoon creators that are featured are getting to see. But I don't even know what it looks like. And I need to see it. I haven't been able to see it yet. I haven't been able to see it. So like that's an interesting thing to think about. Is there a featured creator that has a picture of the Webtoon backend data thing? I'm not gonna share the screenshot. I just want to know what it looks like. I just want to know. I want to know. I promise you I will give you a better tool than whatever they can give you. I'll give you a better tool and it would even be nicer than theirs. And I'll even put your logo on it. Fuck it. So dumb. Anyway, that's like all the big news. Now to do some self-promotion, if you will allow me to do so. Guys, are you gonna let me do some self-promotion? Am I allowed to do a little bit of self-promotion? Just a little bit of self-promotion as a treat. As a treat for me. It's self-promotion that actually might have value to you as a creator. So let me do it, please. Thank you. It's not even bagged. There's no bag to get. I just want to give you guys a product. So, hi guys. Let me talk about Webtoon Studio again. The product that I'm making with my buddy Ryan and Joseph. This is data I collected from my friend Jenny's comic, Our Universe. Jenny, this is your comic's data. Ignore that violent plot on the right. Ignore this. This is a graph of Jenny's views per chapter that we managed to get. This is also a graph of Jenny's likes per chapter. We found like a bunch of really cool relations between Jenny's comments per chapter, likes per chapter, and views per chapter through the tool that we have. We can literally collect this data for each comic. And yes, we can get per chapter views. We have per chapter views, exact numbers. So we can tell you exact total views, not the truncated version on the Webtoon front page, I believe. And you check in with my boys, but I believe I'm right about that. So yeah, it's really cool actually that we can get exact like readership values for you and exact like data, and you can compare all this stuff. This is data we collected like using our current tools right now, right at this very moment. Don't you just love Webtoon Studio? We're trying to get it launched this week. The alpha is going up this week. All the alpha testers are in. I think I already have 9 alpha testers. If you still want to be one and you've not signed up to be one, send me a DM. We can only hold at most 20. But yeah, send me a DM. Send me a DM on Discord. But you have to have a comic that's got like more than 1,000 subs. Please. I need to have like, because we need to be able to get good data from this, okay? Let's get this. I know that's a bit of an ask. I know that's a bit of a dick ask, but okay, just give me that. Thank you. That's really it. It's just really cool. We can do all this and nothing breaks and it's working, and you know, it just feels really good. It feels really good. Oh, here's a really cool piece of data. Jenny, do you want to see your demographic data? Jenny, check this out. This is your demographic data for Our Universe. This is everyone from every country that reads your comic. So your biggest readers, Jenny, are American, Canadians, British people, and what country begins with AR? I don't actually know. And Denmark. Danish people and people from New Zealand are big readers of your comics too. What AR? What would that be? What country begins with AR? Or like has the letters AR in it? Oh, Argentina. That makes sense, actually. Yeah. This is your demographic data, Jen. Percentage-wise. We use your comments to get this information. Arkansas. Arkansas. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that. I want to show you that we have this kind of data. We can get really granular with this shit, and we can make some really cool predictions for you, and we can help you check things and blah blah blah. As we collect more data, this pie chart is based off of all of the comments on Jenny's comic. So on every single comment on our universe, what we do is we poll basically every individual comment. So we don't actually do a percentage. We do everything. And then we try to find out every country every comment's from. Every comment comes with a country tag, and we can essentially use that information to basically make this graph. Because essentially, the people commenting on your comic are going to be the people who are most likely. We don't count people twice, though. So if the same user comments like 4 times, we don't count them. We count them as one American user, as like part of the whole. But yeah. Same thing with the replies. We think replies, so when you make a comment on Webtoon and there's a reply in the comment, we think that data is really useful. So we actually collect that data and we check it. Sometimes, Jen, your replies are more than your comments. That means your audience is communicating with each other. They're having conversations. You're building a community. That's really valuable, actually. Having a lot of replies is really good. It's part of the fact that your community, in my opinion, is getting stronger. We want to collect more data to prove that, but I think that's true. Your comment data is also really good. Excellent work. Yeah, we collect a lot. There's obviously a very strong relationship between views and likes, and there's also a mild relationship between views, likes, and comments. Although it's not the same, it's actually more likely that the more comments you get, the more replies you get. But that's really the only relationship we can put. But yeah, we have all this data. We can show you. It's really cool. Yeah, pretty proud of this work actually. And I just wanted to show someone because I have no one to talk to about this stuff. It's really boring. Yeah, I think everybody who's currently in the market research group is already going to get a copy. So all 9 people in the market research group are all going to have access to this immediately. Like everyone. And then a few other people will have, just so we can get alpha data, because we want to basically run the product and see how it runs. And so we're looking forward to work. I'm looking forward to how this is going to go. Very, very excited. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, a big motivation for making this tool right now is just like the entire industry is so stressful. And I just wanted to make something that I thought creators would get a lot of value out of. Like it might, we've been talking about how to collect money for it because I'll be real with you, it costs so much money to run. But we're either going to charge for it like $1 a month or something, or we're going to just make a Patreon for the product only, just to pay for the servers, not to even give us any money, just server money only, so that things can run. We don't even plan to make any cash or get paid. We just want it to be so that we don't have to spend $1,000 on the server and lose all our money. So that's where we're at with that. That's really it. Yeah, that's today's topics. Question time. Question time. Ask me whatever you want to ask me, kids. I'm vulnerable. I'm submissive and no, I'm not that. I mean, you can be submissive and breedable if you want to be. How am I? I'm okay now. Actually, I'm pretty good. I think I needed that break from streaming, but I'm back. I'm back to weeklies. I think weeklies are going to be a combination from now on of hubcasts and Reader's Digests, just so I can get a break and not stress out. Yeah, I'm sorry for taking a break and not telling you guys though. I feel really bad. I know I don't owe you anything, but I love you guys. It's pretty good to talk to you about comics and make videos and stuff, and remember to share, and subscribe. You know that. And I really think it's important to be able to have these conversations. So for me, not being able to Stream kind of sucked. But it was good to take a nap for once on a Sunday night instead of like staying awake and then like sleeping at 2 a.m. and then going to work on Monday. I think I'm going to be moving the streams back to Saturdays though. You see the article about the people trying to repopulate the world? Yeah, I did. They better repopulate these hands. Like, what the fuck am I saying? Anyway, they're creepy and weird, and they're eugenicists and they're racists. Just don't waste your time. They're weird, racist eugenicists, and they can get fucked. Like, they can absolutely get fucked. Holy shit. Oh, God. Oh, that was so creepy to read. That article actually gave me goosebumps for a few days. Like I sent it, I don't know if I sent it to my producer. They look like nerds, but like I feel like that's an insult to the nerd population, to be honest. I think I sent the article to my producer. I think. I'm not sure if I did. I might have sent her something else though. My producer Tyler hasn't been able to help me produce shit in weeks. Absolutely the worst person. Love her though. She's literally my lifeline. So stupid. Come on, any more questions or are we good? Like, I'm ready for a big comic question. You can ask me a pretty tough question if you'd like. You can ask me a pretty hard question. You ask me like just a very mundane one. I'm pretty open to them. Don't feel like you have to hold back. DJ Waggle Muffin gets 10 questions because he paid for 10 subs. Such a fucking... Oh, by the way, people who said they really liked these avatars, I want you to know I've had these the whole time. I'm literally the worst. I just didn't do my homework. I didn't do the job of setting these up. So like they've just been sitting on my pewter, not doing much. But I said to actually set them up. For once. And like that's how we've got ourselves in this situation. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I think I have like a few more I can put up. I'm gonna put them up too. So we can have a few more avatars. I'm so scared that like chat's gonna. What's your favorite webcomic right now? Actually, which one? This one? I look like I'm sneezing. Yeah, I see it. I get my Webtoon fancies are so weird. But like, if I had to really pick a Webtoon that has been on my mind like crazy. Okay, I'm gonna do you a twofer. I'm gonna tell you a comic that's been on my mind a lot. It's called He Was My Brother. It's a manga. It's been on the noggin for weeks. Go read it. It's on the noggin for days. Go read it. I just read it. So many layers of abuse though, like content warning, abuse and death, like all over the comic. In terms of in terms of like webtoons that have been on my mind lately, I've actually returned to an old love of mine, if I'm honest with you. I've been reading Guardians of the Video Game again. I do reread sometimes. I'm reading a lot of Guardians of the Video Game, which is a feature comic. It's old ones by a creator called Gasfod. It never got enough fame, but it's so fucking good. It's so well done. I read Little Starling recently. Inside the Lines has been on the mind a lot because actually Chaotica was having a little bit of a nightmare online, like just because she wasn't feeling appreciated by the platform. But I'm so happy that she finally feels a little bit more appreciated. She hit 1,000 subs. Good for her. I got a little Todd. But I've been reading a lot of Inside the Lines as well. What else? A lot of the comics I read for the big rating, I kept reading afterwards. And I actually, that's pretty much been me. A lot of He Was Your Brother, a lot of Guardians of the Video Game, Little Starling, a little bit more, a little bit of Little Starling, a little bit of Inside the Lines. That's pretty much my current reading crop right now. I'm hoping to read more new shit though, because like I've been kind of reclused in a bubble. So yeah, let's see. Any tips for writing your comic when your ADHD is running rampant? Stop writing, and like use a new strategy for creating. I don't write anymore when it comes to my comics in the traditional sense. I do now. I do at the final stage when I'm giving to other people, but I just stopped writing. I bought a whiteboard when I started writing comics, like a giant whiteboard, like a physical whiteboard. And I would just play around and like draw shapes and like build the story and then write it. So I had like a double-sided whiteboard. And on one side I would draw like what I wanted to happen, even though it looked terrible. And I would act it out in front of the whiteboard so I could get some physical movement going, which kind of kept my my hyperactivity down. And then on the back, I would like draw a square and then I would write what was in it. If you don't have space for that, you buy or torrent Scrivener because it's got a tool that's very similar. Or if you don't like any of those, use paper. Or if you don't like any of those, get a what you call it? Use if you go on Discord, you can start a group chat with somebody and then kick them out of the group chat. And the best part is you still keep the new voice note system on Discord. So what can be also really useful for you is you can just like make little voice notes to yourself. And if you're okay with your own voice, or if you don't like your voice, you can basically make a voice note to someone else and then ask them to discuss it with you. And the idea essentially is you can, through these discussions, you can like get back to actually writing your comic because you're writing it through a different medium and then converting that into the drawn content. So like, yeah, just like adapt writing to you. Don't try to adapt yourself to writing because that's stupid. Let's see, any way to build an audience for a webcomic? It depends really, doesn't it? If you're making like a really niche genre comic, like a great example of a niche genre comic that I can think of right now is The Nightmare Witch or Zen Pencils. You guys remember Zen Pencils from back in the day? Anyone remember Zen Pencils? That used to be really big on Webtoon. I mean, it was a canvas comic by Gavin Tan, but it used to be really big. I think at one point it was featured for a bit. But Zen Pencils is so good, so good. Such a great comic. But like one of the things that you learn is like when you make such a niche genre, comic, right? You want to really target your audience, like pinpoint them. So like look for a TikTok trend that goes into a genre of content that you write similarly about. If you make something like Zen Pencils, which is so niche because it's just like lots of Zen things to meditate on while experiencing some really cool art, make those into little videos. I know making videos is a lot of work, but it's really useful to do. Or narrate them, like narrate them if you got a really good voice. Or experiment with comic creation, or just accept that your current comic isn't really going to be popular. It's your first of many comics. End it. Make a new thing. That's okay. There's a multiple ways to go about around this. If a comic really isn't building an audience, no matter what you do, finish up, do what you wanted to do, what you came to do with that comic, move on, make something else. Do that for yourself. Yeah, I handwrite notes in PSD files, then can't read my own handwriting. Oh, if that's not working for you, Kylie, because you can't read your own handwriting, you can what do you call it? If you're having trouble with like the whole handwriting thing, you can either clean up the lines or you can just not handwrite and draw instead. Draw instead, give characters little bubbles where they say what they're doing. It might help a lot more. End it. Don't take me saying end it out of context. If any of you kill yourselves, I swear to God, I'll hurt you. Anyway, I thought of a question. Do you have any tips on developing a sense of community for your audience? Like sometimes there's big comics, but no one talks about them outside of their own comment section. Talk to your audience. Like it's so confusing to me when I see creators just make a comic and fuck off, and then they think their audience is gonna have a conversation. Talk to your audience. Get in the comments. Get in the fucking comments. Say things to them. When they say, I love this chapter, say thanks. Ask them what they loved about it. You know, argue with them. Just don't make a Discord and a subreddit. That's not helpful all the time. Like, making a community can be a lot of management work. Engage with your comment section just highly. Be in there, engage in the conversations. Tell them you will be in the conversations. Like, at the bottom of a chapter, be like, hey, for the next hour after this chapter comes out, I'll be in the comments answering questions and just having a chat. Leave that up. Let them know that that's a thing you do. It's a few minutes of just sitting there and typing a few things and talking to the people who show up, or just be like, hey, I reply to every comment. Like, don't berate yourself. Don't put yourself down. Don't be a dick to yourself. Look, I get feeling like shit. This stream series I make is dog shit. That's what I say every week. But my producer tells me that I make great work. And I think she's full of shit because, quite frankly, she is old. Old people are wrong. But, you know, like, you gotta, when you're talking to people who love your work, you gotta hype yourself up. You gotta be excited with them because they're excited about you. That's how you build your community. You're excited about what you've made. You're excited about how they'll take it, and they're excited about you. Like, let that symbiotic relationship kind of like flow, you know? I reload my comic almost every day to check for new comments. Yeah, that's really good. If you're having trouble checking for comments, actually, let me show you guys something. Comment wizard. If you use Google Chrome, I'm not really a big fan of recommending, use Google Chrome or Firefox. I'm not a big fan of recommending things like this, but I'm gonna make an exception for Freya. This add-on is not always being developed, but Freya has made a comment add-on for Webtoon. Check it out. It's on Google Chrome. It's on Firefox. Please check out the tool. It's made by a creator called Freya. She's really nice. It puts all your comments in one place so you can just come in and see them. It won't ping you, but it's super useful so you can really get on top of community building. Okay? Cool. Comment Wizard by Freya. Cool, let's go on. I don't respect my elders. Tyler isn't old. I'm just making fun of her. I reply to a lot of comments. Sometimes I feel like they're not directed at me, so I choose not to force it. Man, you got Kiki. Force it. Force it. Force it. Like, you gotta force it. This is your community. Talk to them. If they say something that you don't agree with, be like, hold up. What? And like, don't be a dick, but like, be present. Care. Replying to people has been super helpful for me growing on global comics and also all social media in general. Also, when people ask for help or whatever, tools, brushes, assets, whatever, give a nice and thorough answer. You have to give value to get back, and engagement is part of that value. Cat Art Crubs is totally fucking right. You gotta give you gotta give to get back. And like, you know, if someone in the comments says, how did you do that text effect? Be like, oh, I used like a glow layer. I don't know if you're an artist, but I used like a glow layer. It was really easy. I did this thing. And like, you know, if you'd love a tutorial, if you like a tutorial, maybe I'll just be like, maybe I'll make a short tutorial about it. You know, that'd be really cool. With everything we've learned so far, is Webtoon still a worthwhile place to place a comic? Yes. The thing is, Waggle Muffin, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. There is nothing worse than a big dog that bites. But unfortunately, unfortunately, we still need a big dog. It sucks, but you still need a big dog if you live in a shady neighborhood. The big dog that bites you when you feed it sucks ass, but you still need a big dog when you live in a shady neighborhood. It's just what it is. And yeah, it's still worth it. But I will tell everyone, I'll tell you forever, put your comic everywhere. I know you have exhaustion when you're done drawing to like upload it to 6 places, but please upload it to Imager, iFunny, Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, fucking Bebo if it's still up. Tapas, Webtoon, Global Comics, even Zest World. I mean, don't go to Zest World, actually. They're run by weirdos. But, you know, places. What are your thoughts on comic discords? Do you wish that Webtoons had forums like comics hosted on custom websites? I love comic discords, but I actually would prefer comic forums. I think creators just don't have enough time for a comic discord. Like, one of the things that like, I don't know if you guys have joined the Discord, discord.webcomicshub.co.uk. That's how you join the Discord, by the way. But if you join the Discord, we have a forum section, and I'll show you. It's no big deal. I'll show you here on the stream. We have a forum section for comic criticism because I really genuinely think that forums are incredibly valuable to the environment, to the creative environment, because like one of their biggest add-ons is that they are browsable. So here, this is the forum on the Webtoon Discord, right? I run this forum section is for people to post their comics and ask for criticism and give criticism. And there's some discussion going on. I wish there was more discussion. I would love more people to discuss and more of you to be involved in it. So the comic criticism channel on the Discord. But I think forums are just a much better environment for big conversations. And I think more people should be willing to engage with that, which is why I promote this. Because it's a great environment for people to converse and break down ideas and share them. And they're searchable. They're searchable, so no one has to like trawl through thousands of comments to get something new. And like, Discords are great too, though, because you can get stuff like here. This is our art resources channel on the Discord. Gleamies here. And we've been sharing resources we found on art, on how to draw different things or different body types that we found for drawing. And we even have one for writers where we share a few resources, although we do need a few more writers to share resources. But yeah, like, Discords are valuable. I think it's great that Discord has the new forum thing because it allows you to mix and match the best of both worlds. I think being straight onto the source of your comic comments, your socials, etc., you'll get better engagement. Yeah, totally. Leave the Discords to the big community runners and run and focus on your individual like comment sections for now. Okay? Focus on your comment sections. If you want, bring your communities to places where they can meet other people or meet people that might allow them to have more discussions about what you care about. Is Reddit a good place to advertise my webcomic? Yes. It's just a pain. Because Reddit is this weird place where self-promotion is frowned upon, but self-promotion is loved if you're the right kind of person. You got to build a ton of goodwill. I recommend making a small 4-coma comic instead of your main series for quite a while, and just making a bunch of dumb Reddit jokes and posting it on r/webcomics or r/comics, and just like getting people to know who you are, see your name on the thing, like you, get to know you, and then eventually you can start posting bigger things and self-promoting and being like, hey, here, I made this for you. I made this for you. A lot of platforms may require a little bit of reformatting, so don't look to Reddit and places like that to hold your bigger comics. Use them to hold snippets of your comic or your best scenes or stuff like that. Don't just be like, read my stuff. Show them your best comic scenes. Show them the thing that took you the longest to work on. Show them, Show them like your main character's fits. Show them character sheets. Like, remember, your comic is more than just your comic. In the age of the influencer, you are an influencer. Build your influence. Build your influence by making yourself likable, approachable, and somebody that people want to care about. And it will be easier and easier to market yourself every single time. Can only bigger Discords make forums? No, I think anyone can make a forum. There's a ton of ways, sharing your posting art and asking for feedback, sharing your favorite art. A lot of ways to promote yourself on Reddit. And also you got to engage there. Yeah, Kat is right again. You got to engage with that community. You got to talk to people. You got to talk on the Reddit. Like, you got to speak to people. Well, yeah, you got to like be in the community. These communities are communities of people that know each other. At the very least, they know each other's handles. And if they see you showing up, handle they've never seen before, you ain't ever left a comment, you ain't ever left an opinion, you've never been in a joke thread or anything. Why the fuck should they care about you? Real talk, right? I want you guys to think of me like this. Real talk. If I walked up to you in the middle of the street, not me that you know right now, just me, a rando, walked up to you in the middle of the street and said, hey, bud, want to buy a kebab? Would you buy it? Would you buy it? No, you wouldn't. You would think that I spat on it or something. But if I was someone you saw every day making kebabs, talking to kebab people, talking about meat, you saw me in the grocery store, you see where I buy my food, you saw trucks showing up, you can see that I'm legitimate, right? And then I come up to you and I'm like, hey buddy, you want to buy a kebab? You're more likely to say yes. Because I've proven that like I'm a member of your local community. I put money into it. My sources are legitimate. I'm legitimate. I'm real. I'm not just here to sell you something. I'm here to provide you value. Once you've proven that, it's a lot easier to sell people shit. Yeah, sweater night, share your doodles. Doodles are good. Make doodles of funny things as well. Try to be funny, entertaining. Think of these people as your buddies. What would you draw that you think your friends would laugh at? Think your friends would find fun, enjoyable. Lots of places you can promote your comic. A great thing to think about also is your genre and your other relevant motifs, right? Like you're making a romance comic and you've got the script. How about you post the script of your comic on like a comic place, on like a writing forum? Get people to talk to you about it and what they think about it. And then maybe they'll read your comic, right? Maybe you make a slice of life comic that's a little bit funny. Try doing some voice work. In fact, you just reminded me, Chris Halfield, or I think that's his name, Chris Halfield? No, Chris Halbeck. Yeah, Chris Halbeck makes these comics. God, they're not, I don't even like them. But like, you guys have probably heard of Chris Halbeck because he's like pretty big. He's a pretty big creator. This is Chris Halbeck. Chris Halbeck makes these comics. You've probably seen them. I think the most popular, there are lots of popular ones, but you've probably seen these and these comics. I don't remember what they're called, but they have a name. But Chris Halbeck makes comics. Here's what Chris Halbeck does with his comics. He literally has a YouTube channel where he makes thousands of shorts and videos too. He makes like semi-animated videos too, but he makes tons of shorts and he voices all of them. Let me show you.
There's a skeleton online one for you. What? I don't want to talk to a skeleton. They said it's an important business call. Oh, well, if it's important.
Hello, this is Ash Kellington calling from the Important Business Company.
Oh, good. I was afraid you were some kind of bone monster. We prefer bone people.
Like, that's not even funny, by the way. I don't even think that's very funny. I don't really like his comic. Am I getting recommended my own video? The fuck? But yeah, anyway, like, you will get faster and faster at methods of self-promotion. Just remember the fact that, like, there are multiple ways to get your content out there. This is a great way. Chris voices everything himself. It's a bunch of little dumb gags. He does minor zooms, minor edits, and he basically does the mouth tracking, and that's it. You know, give yourself a chance. Cat's laying some good knowledge out in there. Work in progress stuff works. Progress images, time lapses do really well. Time management, it's just about scheduling time. Just be like, look, on Saturday afternoon, I'm gonna post one thing. So you guys don't know this. Every month I make one video for patrons. Every single month on the Patreon. And I'm not trying to self-promote right now. I'm really trying to show you something that I think is valuable to point out, right? Every single month, once a month, I make a video for the patrons, right? Here's a patron-only video I made recently on like a book. Here's a patron-only video I made ages ago on comic book lettering. There's some patron-only content that just kind of exists and sits around. Every month I make a patron-only video, and what that is essentially is me sitting down and like just going, fuck it, I'm making this. It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be great. It just has to be made. And then I put it out, and that's my self-promo. I can post that to like 9-10 places, by the way. But I keep it on Patreon. But like, you can do exactly what I did, but post it everywhere. Like, it's not super hard. Yeah, pie, like a great example is Secret Pie, the creator of Broccoli Soup. Like, that's what she did. And it works for her. And you know, these are millions of paths. Just try something until you find something that works for you. It's okay. Do things earlier. Oh, I'm so sick of Reddit sometimes. Reddit is hard to use. I'll be honest with you, Rosie. Reddit is hard to use. Like, I use Reddit. It sucks. Make one thing, post in all places. You want to see a great example of that? Let me go to our Twitter at webcomics_hub. Let me go to our Twitter and like, there's a video I posted recently. Um, this video I posted recently. I post like a video every so often. You've probably seen it. This is my video on books about comics, words for pictures that I talked about. And I just showed a book that I really liked that I want people to see. That video is also on our TikTok. I just posted it there too. I think that video got like 1,000 views or something, Tyler. Like, you should check that out. That was so weird. I don't know what I did. It's not a lot of views, but it's more views than everything else. So it was very confusing. But yeah, there it is. Just suddenly randomly did well. No fucking clue why, if I'm honest. Zero idea why, but it just randomly did really well. And I make a few of these. Like I made this one. I made this solo leveling one where I criticized the book for being shit. I made these ones with Tyler. Made an older one there. Like, just try stuff. Try different things. You might find that you're better off explaining things like how you get certain effects or how you do X or Y. Like, it doesn't have to be about your comic specifically. Often you want to build people's appreciation of you as a creator and you as a person, and then redirect all of their emotional energy that would have been spent on you to your comic. Like, remember, you are an influencer. And I hate saying that word, but you are an influencer. Your comic influences people. Use that to your advantage. All right. One last question and then I have to go. You get one last question and then I'm going to bed. That's a lie. I'm not going to go to bed. If I'm honest with you, what's going to happen is as soon as this stream is over, I'm going to go to the Discord server and then sit down in the chat and either play Elden Ring or edit a video. Nan, how do I finish a comic that won't end in 4.5 years? I love Misfit and Mako so much, but I don't want to rush anything. I want to start a new chapter of my life. Don't finish it. Don't finish it. Like, just finish it. Like, okay, let me explain it like this. Cliffhanger the ending. Like, there is an ending to this story. There is a point where you no longer need to write. Plan into your story, right? Several points where the story can just stop. Where you can stop writing, where things can be left to the audience's interpretation. Plan those in, right? Seek them in your plot. Plan them in. And then when you get there, reevaluate your comic. Ask yourself, is it worth it? Do I really care anymore? Do I want to make something new? And then just be willing to end Misfit and Mako. And then if you want to pick it up later, just call it Misfit and Mako Redux or whatever the fuck. You got to plan in some natural breaking points for yourself. I've planned those into this channel. A great example of that is, do you guys remember the Webtoon video that I made? The one that was like problems of making videos on Webtoon Canvas. That was a breaking point. That was me basically going, I think I might stop making videos. I made that video to get it out of the way. I was like, I think I might stop doing this channel. I planned that in, and when I was done, I still wanted to be here, so I stayed. Another great example was season 2 of the Webcomics Hubcast. I started season 2 of the Webcomics Hubcast with the idea of making exactly 15 episodes. And after 15 episodes, if I wasn't happy, I was going to quit. And episode 15 of season 2, I don't remember what that was. I think it was episode 15 was I read all 3,678 webcomics, call to action webtoons. That was the 15th episode of the Webcomics Hubcast. I got there and I still wanted to keep making stuff. So I kept doing it. Just keep doing that. Like, I'm going to be honest with you and tell you when the next breaking point is. I'll tell you right now. I'm going to bring out 2 review videos this year. The second review video is going to be my endpoint. It's going to be a point where I'm going to ask myself if I want to keep making things. And I hope the answer is still going to be yes whenever that video comes out. But yeah. I also found on Reddit, if you're honest about advertising, people are less likely to get mad. Like, I'd post a drawing titled, "My comic has cute moth people in it. Please read my comic. I'm so lonely and sad." Pi, that's not being honest. That's a cry for help, darling. Sad, because I always hide Reddit advertising posts. People do, but I think it's important to be like upfront sometimes. But I also think it's important to show people your art. Just be proud of your work. Show off. Remember, you just brag. All right. That's everything I want to talk about today. I love you guys a lot. You guys are pretty much the only reason why I still make this stuff. That's a lie. I make this because of my ego. I make this because I need to be right. I make this because I have a mental health problem where I can't sleep unless I have absolutely researched a topic to hell. If you want to help me continue to not sleep and help me continue to over-research every topic, consider going to my Patreon, patreon.com/webcomicshub. You get one extra video a month, every month, literally. I've never missed a month. Ask the patrons. Tons of videos every month. Sometimes the videos are short, sometimes the videos are long, sometimes the video is like a full-on live stream thing, probably eventually. That might happen. You also get access to any new early projects I'm making, you know? And yeah, would you guys want to see an article I wrote? I'm sorry. I know I wasn't going to share the Substack. I said I was going to share the Substack on Patreon, but I just want to brag about this article. I have nothing else going on, and I was really proud of myself when I wrote it. I was really proud. Okay, fine. I'm going to post it. I'm going to leave. Okay, got it. Cool. Here's the link. All right, posted the link in chat. Go read it. It's on. Yeah, the villain one. Okay, I posted the link in chat. Okay, good. I'm going to go now. Bye. Thank you. Anytime, Paris. Just make sure look, Paris, darling, before I leave, make sure you're happy making whatever you make. You need to be happy making whatever you make. Because there's no point making it otherwise. Okay, give me money on Patreon. Goodbye. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you. Yay to villains. Patreon. Thank you. Jesse, you were here? And you didn't say anything to me? Not even a single comment? Not even some ad hoc racism? Actually cringe, Jesse. Actually cringe. You are cringe. I'll never forget this affront to God and man and myself. I'll be mad about this forever. Not even some ad hoc racism. Like, what the fuck am I saying? All right, bye.